Let me get that out of the way in case we can do it. Oh, I'm live. Hello, everybody. Good evening on a Thursday. I'm just getting a bit of a glitch. So let's give it a moment, see how it goes. And hopefully I'll be okay. So as you come in, say hi. Yeah, it's the internet's just gone, isn't it? The Wi-Fi here is just, I'm on my 5G here. See where that, let me see. Okay, all right, not too bad. It's just not too bad. And how can I go? Okay, so that's all right. I thought it was going to be super muffly. If I go really muffly on you, or you can't hear me well, see me well, just give me a thumbs up, guys, so that I know that I am not live. I'm here as well. So yeah, seems to be working. So I'll just give everybody a few moments to jump in, say hi, let me know how you're doing. How is your Thursday coming along? And today, first things first, I know that we are in a very small community and everybody knows each other, but I always like to formally introduce myself. My name is Natalie Hill, and I am a coach. I'm a lifestyle coach. I am also a fitness advanced instructor and presenter, and I am very, very excited to be here to be talking to you about marvelous mini goals. It is Meno month, so I like to get the menopause theme in, but you can apply this to anybody, even if you're not menopausal or perimenopausal or whatever. Yeah, so people are coming in. Let me know who you are. Let me know if you can hear me well and see me well. But first and foremost, that's probably the most important thing at the moment, because I can see that glitching coming through. So let me know if you can hear me well. It seems like I am. So today, before I wanted to ask a question, how's everybody feeling? How's brain fog coming along? Do you have any major brain condition of ailments or conditions that brain fog has just come out of nowhere? You come to a certain age and you can't think, your memory goes. Oh, Stacey, hello, Stacey. Your memory goes, you go into one room, you forgot what you went into that room for. And I know, of course, I know in general, you get to a certain age where life is squeezing you. You've got lots of things to do. You're overloaded. You've got, maybe you have kids, maybe you have aging parents, and everything is being very squeezed. I'm getting the glitch alert. Long time no see. I know, you're just here with me. So let me know if you can see me well and hear me well. I keep on getting the glitch here. As long as you can hear me well, I'll keep going. And today I just wanted to explain a little bit of what mini goals are. We use them all the time, don't we, Stacey? We use them all the time in every program that I do, because it has come at an age that everything's been squeezed, and put menopause and perimenopause into the mix, and you've got this massive brain fog, you've got these memory lapses, and it's not ideal for us to go through life this way. So today I will ask you, first and foremost, are you suffering from brain fog or any other menopause symptoms that you'd like to share with the group? Remember, this is a closed group. That's fine. We're not going out to the whole world, but you probably experiencing this brain fog and these memory lapses. If you don't jot things down, I'm someone who needs to jot everything down from the moment I wake up to the moment I go back to sleep. I've got to jot things down, otherwise they just go. And if it's not on a notepad, it's on Siri with the phone, and it's just really, really, really hard to. But I said again, apart, menopause aside, we are at an age that that everything is just overloaded, I think. And even if you're younger or older and you're not in this midlife squeeze, like I call it, you will also be overloaded through fast-paced living and so forth. So I think modern living is fast-paced, and everybody is yes, my brain fog levante. I know, and it's just some days are better than others, but in general, we don't have the the sharpness that we once used to have. And then I hear it from other menopausal ladies, postmenopausal ladies, who say it does get better, Nat, it does. And there are things that you can do, there are things that you can take, but today I just want to give you an amazing tool, which are mini goals. And whenever you're overloaded and overwhelmed, because don't forget, what I love to do is to keep making you believe and stay in the belief system that you are destined for more, that you are capable of more, and not just just because your memory is failing you, or the brain fog is hitting you, or then maybe you got other symptoms or ailments and conditions that come with midlife. And that's it. People give up, and then they say they conform, and they say that is now their identity forever. And I'm here to say, no way. You are able, capable of so much more if you so want it. Yeah. So today I'll explain very quickly what a mini goal is, how to plan or apply a mini goal, my personal story on overwhelm. If you have done my challenges before, or you know me well, you know that I have struggled with overwhelm really badly in the last decade, I could say. And then I'm going to go through tools and hacks to implement straight away. So I always love to give you action points, call to action that you can grab and take away with you. And then finally, to get you energy and peace and thrive in every day, because we need to have that thriving and enjoyment and all the good things on a daily basis. Yeah, I know the classes, any form of exercise that you do will definitely lift your spirits up and really lift that brain fog. I think that if you were to ask me one question, it would be that: what is the most, the number one thing that I go to? My go-to is definitely exercise. It would definitely clear up my brain fog in no moment, in no time. So sometimes when I get stuck, this is what I still use. So I've got mini goals, because what happens is when you go way too big in a goal, it's not achievable and it's not sustainable either. So many people sometimes have very high expectations of themselves when you put up a plan, when you put up a goal, and so then your current system fails, because you are not able to withhold what you set out to do. So by doing it in small, manageable steps, we always say mini goal it all the way to your 100% goal. Halfway through, you might even change your mind. You might change your mind saying, I don't want to do this. I want to change my mind to do something else. That's what mini goals do as well. They sort of cut everything up in chunks. And then halfway through, you might even change your mind. So for those who know me in the past, I was always on top form, Natalie. You've got everything going for you. You have got all this energy and full of confidence, always getting things done, and then it hasn't always been that case. And if you follow me on socials, you'll know that I have had a big, shove of identity almost in the last decade, because of the menopause, because of the thyroid. And if you are here listening and you're perimenopausal, menopausal, or have, suffering from one of the autoimmune diseases, you will know what I'm talking about. Sometimes some people will white knuckle it and they just get told, just get on with it. And then some of the people literally eat, sleep, and breathe these symptoms. You just can't get going. You really can't. And when push comes to shove, some people just accept and they just, forget about themselves. That's the first thing they do. And other people, they want to thrive. They are destined for more. They deserve more. They are worthy of more. And so what I did was a little bit of both. I battled around with lots of thoughts in my head. Everybody's got, the positive and the negative saboteur and leader inside your head, like we were talking last week. But when all this hit, what I found was I wasn't very low or very high. It was just stuck. I was completely stuck. I didn't know how to go on to the next step. So you hit overwhelm. Have you all ever have you ever experienced burnout? Have you ever experienced the wall, that moment where you literally can't think clear? And that is a very, very sad place to be, because what's happened there is that you forgot to have joy in your life. You forgot about you. You have done so much for everyone around, for all the systems and everybody around you, that you've forgotten about you. What happened is everything gets really wide in, and you really can't proceed. You can't put one foot in front of the other. So yeah, it is almost like a new identity with the drop in hormones and so forth. So what I came back one day and said, I can't be expecting so much of myself. And, it was really hard for me, because I always had everything going for me. The energy took me everywhere. Am I okay still, guys? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up that you can still hear me well and see me well. Where are you listening me from, Stacey? Are you listening from me in the Health Hub or in the... Lovely. Give me a thumbs up that you can still hear me well and see me well. I'm there. So just double checking, because I do get a big glitch alert here. So, really, the worst thing about all this is when you just get so overwhelmed, so overloaded that you then just give up. And that's, for me, thank you. And that, for me, is the scariest thing in the world, when you just give up, because it's just too hard. And then what happens is that the feeling of failure sets in. You start saying things that you're going to be doing, and then you don't, and that really takes you down onto disappointment, shame, and all that. So I decided one day that enough was enough, and I had to do something about this. I was, I had kids, I had a partner, I had family around me, I had my job, which is very hands-on. And so I needed to keep ticking. I didn't want to go, I mean, there are people who love it, but I can't see myself sitting down in an office all day. I really can't anymore. And many years in my office days, it was lovely. I really had so much fun. It was really, really good and so forth. But for now, I can't see myself anymore again there. And so I needed to find something. I needed to find a solution. So obviously I go and you research, and you start, checking up on some gurus out there. I think I followed Mel Robbins for a while. Tony Robbins, not my cup of tea so much, but Mel Robbins definitely made me laugh. And other people on shame, for example, oh gosh, I've got blank now. This woman who's an expert on shame, somebody will tell me. So I started, following all these amazing gurus out there, and I started getting a little bit of each, until, Mel Robbins was really good with 5, 3, 2, 1. That really snapped me out of my self-doubt. So everything I was doing, I was just, for a while, I just had to go on the mechanics, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change, and to the next thing, and to the next thing, and to the next thing. That took me, through the day. But then I felt that I was going to bed feeling a little bit deflated, waking up in the morning very anxious. That is, if I had slept all night. You know the drill. Some people listening in today, you will know how awful it is, that anxiety that wakes you up in the middle of the night. So everyone, I was waking up and feeling that I was already deflated and defeated. And like I said, no, something has to change here, right now. And I suddenly thought, okay, what if I just go into the smallest mini goal, micro goal, the tiniest goal ever, and do that for 1 week? The same thing every single day. Now, for some people listening, and this is ridiculous, ludicrous, how stupid is this? And it was stupid. In my mind, it was so stupid that I didn't even think that it was worth doing. And what I was doing was, on a daily basis, literally. I mean, I love training. So for me, training is not an issue. But I was thinking, I've got to put some training in every day. I've got to do this. I've got to drink 3 liters of water a day. I've got to eat all my healthy meals. That was really overwhelming me. Why? Because it was too big. The tasks were too big. They were too high expectations. And for me, in general, that's easy. That's easy. But all those things required, apart from your housework, apart from your kids, your partners, your family, your things, your business, that was just way too much. And so I said, what about if I took my stuff, because I wasn't going to mini goal other things from other people around me. So I mini goaled my stuff. And I said, okay, what if instead of having, all these liters of water, maybe having one extra glass of water a day? That was one thing. And then I think I talked about this last week. So you know where I'm going with this. And then maybe instead of thinking I've got to train every day, I've got to run every day, what I did was when I finish my admin for the day, go back home, put my trainers on, and then go for a 5-minute walk. That is super powerful. And I tell you why. Nobody ends up doing 5-minute walk. You will go on a little bit more than 5 minutes, and that what happens. So when you do all these little mini goals, something happens in your brain, and you end up saying to yourself, oh my God, I said I was going to do something. I actually did it. And at the beginning, it sounds super stupid. And then your brain gets tricked into thinking, hang on a moment, you did it. Let's tick that off the list. Then follow through the day in a little bit more high energy and a bit more upbeat. You go to bed a bit more satisfied. In the morning, you wake up not feeling so defeated. Next day, you're not going to do that mini goal. You're going to do a bigger mini goal, or you're going to do 2 mini goals. And that's what that brain does. It's like sort of tricking the brain. It's not rocket science. It's just super, super silly. And then little things all mounted up together. By the end of the week, you have ticked all these little mini goals off from your notebook, calendar. I love a calendar. What I did was I got a calendar for that month. I printed it out, and with a beautiful pink highlight. I love pink. I love pink. Pink highlighter. I put down all the mini goals every single day. You got to write the same one every single day in that printout, and you just tick and there's some magical thing that happens when you tick something off your tick list, don't you? I think I had a bit laugh one day about a few years back with someone in the corporate. I can't remember who it was now. She used to tick things she had already done so that she could just tick them off again. It was hilarious. It was so funny. And so if you're someone that gets rewarded, we all are human beings, love to be rewarded. You tick something off that you've done, you feel super accomplished, right? Come on, you got to admit that. And so going forwards, what happens if you end up with this calendar full of all ticks, with this sense of accomplishment, and they're super tiny goals. Who cares? You've done it. You've scaled them down. You did what you said you were going to do. That's the magic. You did what you said you were going to do. That's what's the magic about mini goals. So they need to be actionable. That's for starters. They need to be actionable. So, for example, you can also even apply it to sorry if there was somebody there. You can also even apply it to your you probably say you're going to put some money aside every month. Instead of thinking I'm going to put £200 aside every month, which seems a lot to many people, maybe you can have your coffee at home instead of having your coffee at Costa, for example, which is not very cheap these days. You will be surprised at how much money you can put aside by just having coffee at home or coffee at the office, rather than buying a Costa coffee or a lunch every other day out in town. So those are things to think about, and they can be very personal to you. I've got mini grids, mini goal charts that I can share with you next time. Big goals, guys, they just paralyze you. They stress you. And in a world that we are already very stressed, and if you're menopausal or perimenopausal, you are already stressed even more. So your cortisol levels are rising up. You're trying to, I don't know if weight management is your goal, but if it is, then you just won't get there because the cortisol is pumping through the blood. So I will share my mini grid or my mini goal chart with you next time, I promise. And it's super, super effective because I have 4 sections. is my personal, and I will always use the analogy of business because I love my business. So I will have my first section as personal and business. My second section could be my kids. My third section could be my partner, and my fourth section could be my friends, my supported system around me, and so forth. So that could be something, and you could totally change it around. But then if you put mini goals, these when we did the 21-day challenge, we put 4 mini goals in each section, and I asked the girls to share one of each. So that's probably something that you can share with us today. What could be 1 or 2 mini goals? You know, I love a call to action. What would be 1 or 2 mini goals that you can share with us here in the group that you can implement straight away, like tonight, as soon as you finish the talk? What can you implement? And that would be a brilliant way to carry you through to tomorrow. And then we can ask a question tomorrow. Did that work? Did it make you feel accomplished and revved up for the next day? Because it did to me. I implemented that on a day-to-day basis. And every single day I kept going with it. And every day might be a different mini goal, but I did a mini goal every day. And before you know it, 1 week, 2 weeks into it, you will feel that strength of character again, and getting your overwhelm a little bit less severe, and slowly things start falling into place. Nothing is set in stone. Your overwhelm is not set in stone. When you feel stuck, you're not set in stone. That's not your identity. What happens is you need to just find that little moment where, and it can just be a split second, can't it? It really can be that quick, into something that will really, delve you into another thing and another thing. If you get super stuck and you're listening to this and you say, yes, Natalie, I need some mini goals in my life, and you want a bit of help on how to implement them, let me know. Send me a message, send me an email, and let's have a quick chat, because I know what it feels like to be stuck. It's horrible. And it's something that I've got, and that mini goals is just one tool I used. I have loads of different strategies that I implemented when I got really stuck. And so there you have it. I hope that's helped a little bit. Hope I didn't glitch too much. Now I'm stuck, I think, aren't I? Hopefully you got most of that. Have a wonderful Thursday, and catch you all soon. I've still got my Menofit up for grabs all October. On the 16th, we start midsection meltdown. For the last 2 weeks, we're going to go on anti-inflammation and toning, and a bit more lift lean in classes and online and so forth. But more importantly than ever, we're always striving to have much more clarity, much more strength, emotionally, mentally, and physically. I can't speak anymore. Have a great rest of the evening, my friends, and I catch you soon. Thanks for listening. Thank you so much for listening. Have a super duper evening.